What? Okay, cool. Sure. Okay. Couple quality of life improvements for Embed and one fun one at the end. So we've had the ability to support Vanity domains for a couple months now, and definitely starting to see a lot of usage pick up there. So one of the things that was a little bit of an oversight is we never really had a proper way to support them as a first-class citizen in our SDK. So this week we introduced this new host param, and if you specify this, uh, basically we'll generate the correct embed URL against that vanity domain. So this is out published right now. Nice big spike yesterday of new downloads, which is kind of cool to see. And yeah, it's working. It's pretty cool. So using that, if you have your vanity domain configured, which this is my local instance, you can see I've set up a vanity domain of omni.example.com. And if I go grab like a dashboard, throw it in here, and I hit generate embed URL. So now internally it detects that you've got a vanity domain set up. And so it generates the correct URL. There's also this endpoint that I created a while ago. This is for folks who are not necessarily using Node or JavaScript on their backend and can't use our SDK. Currently, this is not docked. Plan to put out some docs in the next week or so about it. But we've given it to a couple folks, and a couple customers are playing around with it in beta. And so basically, this endpoint simulates the SDK. You send it the data you want to turn into an embed URL, and it returns a valid URL. And now it is also compatible with vanity domains. So in this case, I'm pointed to omni.example.com. And when I submit it, it gives me back a valid embed URL. Interestingly, I can also just specify a host param. So this endpoint is actually stateless. It tries to be helpful. And so if you you hit your vanity domain with this, it'll do its best to assume that the request URL is your vanity domain. But if you want to specify your own host, you can. So see, created the embed URL using the host param that I just demoed. Cool.